Hello survivors, and welcome to another video. In today's video I'm going to show you the crackiest crack build on the Sentinel. We are looking at the skills Noxious SHot, Venomous Volley, Bladed Chakram, Bloodlust, Egg Shooter, and Shadow Orb. Now the runes actually focus on a bit of Shadow Orb and Noxious SHOT. Don't worry, the other skills you can mix and match if you don't want them. But we are running Extended Reach, Multicast Mastery, Weapon Expert, Critical Mastery, and Vulnerable Target. So we're going to get straight into the juiciness of the run. So please sit back, relax, and enjoy the rest of the video. Here we are on Cycle 2 of Overlord mode with the build. As you can see, we have all of the skills that we spoke about in the introduction, and we are just going. Now, unfortunately, with this build, you cannot have your VFXs on because it is just cracky. Now, this is insane, the amount of times we shoot, the amount of damage we're dealing. But the most important thing for this specific build, if you do want to try and push further, is to focus on Noxious SHOT. So you can actually see my Noxious SHOT is level 21, where all my other skills are lower level. And the only reason that they have, points in their levels is because we've taken like general skills that increases the levels of all those skills that it applies to, like frontal, missile, or physical, or things like that. So every other skill or every other thing that we focused on is general upgrades. So in this case over here, we will have to level up one of them. It's going to be our Shadow Orb, but otherwise we have taken either general common power-ups or rare or epic that kind of affect every single skill, or we have focused on grabbing something for our Noxious SHOT. So that's what we've been doing. We focused on cast frequency, multicast, as well as crit, and then we've taken a bit of health because we are on a higher Overlord cycle than we usually do our videos on. But otherwise, just a lot of things to focus on. Crit, again, we do have our runes that we spoke about, so the critical mastery as well as vulnerable target. So we are sitting on about 550 critical damage modifier over there with 150% crit chance, which is fantastic. So we do just keep grabbing it. And again, we do focus on, we do focus on a lot of venomous upgrades as well. So as you can see over here, we are sitting on 6. We're not worried about the poison damage, but we're worried about the amount of stacks that we are applying of poison to increase the amount of damage that Noxious SHOT can deal. So that is why we are grabbing Venomous whenever we see it. We do want to try and get the damage done as quickly as possible. I really thought Panther would be up ready by now, but it hasn't been enough time. It does take about a minute before the Panther does spawn, and then we do have to kind of just stay safe until then. But as you can see, we are in Overlord mode, so the bosses do spawn really quickly, and because it's Overlord Cycle 2, the bosses are going to not spawn faster, but there's more than 5 or 6 bosses each wave. Unfortunately, we did get caught in the corner over there, so we do have to just be careful. We don't have any other lives. That did happen to us a bit earlier as well, where we got caught in the corner and that caused us to die. So we are going to focus a little bit on movement speed over there, and then again just general upgrades for absolutely everything else, and we should be okay. If we grabbed the Panther, I think we would be even more trouble. We're currently on a 0.4 second cooldown on our Noxious SHOT, just from the immense amount of upgrades we have received. But we can get it even lower if we did get onto our Panther. So I'm not sure where it is. It doesn't look like it spawned just yet. I don't know, this mode feels like we've been in it for quite a long time already, but it's only been a couple of seconds already and we've already fought the first set of bosses. It is why I sometimes like to demonstrate this on Endless instead of Overlord, because Overlord can be really dangerous, but it's very cool to do it anyway, and that's why we are doing it. So again, cast frequency being a focus over here. Again, we do just need to be very careful where we stand with these bosses, but as you can see, they just get completely annihilated very, 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 very strong build. And I don't think you can get very far in Overlord with it, but it is just very fun to play with it anyway and try. So that's what we're doing, and let's see where we go. So now we're sitting at a 0.2 seconds, so we currently on a cooldown as if we are running Scent of Blood. So you can see everything over here on really, really low cooldowns. These ones don't even have cooldown cast frequency on them, and they are sitting on below 1 second cooldowns over there. So very, very, very strong and really, really nice to grab. Now, I haven't grabbed any Dooms, I haven't grabbed any of the Frailties or anything like this. We do have Poison to Doom and Doom to Dazed as the synergetic skills, because, you know, we do so much poison damage and things like that. They just showed up, so I decided, no, we should take them. But as you can see, our movement speed is completely out of control over here. We are moving really, really fast, and it actually causes problems with lag and our cast frequency and things like that. So we are going to stay off of the Panther. It does become quite difficult to control him, and we don't need the 0.2 second cooldown with it either. So we're happy with the 0.4 seconds. We deal so much damage anyway that we don't have to worry about whether or not we're going to be able to kill things quick enough. So survival is going to be more important over here than it is for us to deal you know, damage faster. Anyway, we don't need that cooldown because we don't have things like bleed, which we have to keep reapplying, or things like what else is it that you normally do over here? Things like Scent of Blood, which we need up and running all the time, and things like the Shield Wall, which is what I was trying to think of, which we need up and running all the time if you really want to do heavy or hard or high Overlord cycles. And Exorcism, you know, healing is also very, very important here, because you need to get your healing up so that you can survive for longer. So those skills all need low cooldowns, especially when you do go to high levels, because the things just get completely crazy and you need to be able to survive somehow or another, some way or another. Oof, my English today is super amazing. Alright, 3 bosses down, 3 more to go. Doing Overlord cycles is the best way to farm Soulstones, or the major Soulstones if you need them, but it is very, very difficult. We do have the video from a Barbarian which gets you to a really high Endless or Overlord cycle. I will link it down in the description for you guys if you haven't seen it just yet, but do make sure you go and take a look at it. It is one of the strongest builds in the game that doesn't involve bunnies, and it's very easy to get there. There's just 1 or 2 skills that are mandatory, and then the rest of it you can kind of mix and match and go for whatever it is that you want. But otherwise, it's a very, very strong build and very fun to play as well. Again, a lot of these builds you can't really play with the VFX on. One, it's just, you know, bad FPS if you do, and then also you can't see anything, and you need to be able to dodge as much as possible in this game mode, because otherwise you're just going to die way too quickly. It doesn't matter how much shielding you have, the bosses get huge amounts of increased damage, attack speed and cast frequency, so you don't even want to get hit at all if possible. Alright, 3 more bosses already, just instantly dead. As you can see, we just ran past them a little bit and they die within seconds, tens of millions of HP, and we don't have to worry about it. So that is the build. Like I mentioned, it is on crack, and it's really, really fun to play. So give it a shot if you would like to try it, and let me know how your experience goes with it. But that was an Overlord Cycle 2, and we did nearly 1 billion damage with Noxious SHot, just showing how overpowering it can be. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe for more videos like this in the future. And always remember, keep safe, survivors. Until next time, cheers.